Hello, folks. Welcome to Kudlow. I'm Larry Kudlow. So, most of the media attention right now focused on the dramatic Energy Department conclusion that COVID probably started as a man-made lab leak in Wuhan, China. Plus, there's a fair amount of attention on the alarming rise in federal spending and deficits and debt. But I've got a very big hat tip for the Wall Street Journal editorial page for bringing in Biden's regulatory deluge. This is really a gigantic story. It's underreported, and it's a story that has a lot to do with the poor performance of the Biden economy, which, in his first full year in office, that is 2022, that economy grew by a minuscule 0.9%, with 6.5% inflation. And the CBO is looking for less than 2% in future growth as far as the eye can see. But we need 4% growth for true prosperity. Well, regulatory obstacles are playing a big role in these dismal numbers. In just 2 years, the Bidens have slapped on 517 regulatory actions with roughly $318 billion in total economic costs. That's a lot, folks. That's an awful lot. The American Action Forum suggests another 311 regs in the pipeline for another nearly $200 billion in additional cost. And as the accompanying chart shows, regulations barely budged in the Trump years, but Biden has outdone himself because he's not just reversing Trump, which is always what he does for the sake of reversing Trump. Mr. Biden is even whooping Barack Obama, his former boss. And we all thought that wouldn't be easy. Of course, there's the war against fossil fuels. There's the SEC. There's the FCC. There's the EPA. There's the federal student loan cancellations. That's the Education Department. There's all manner of FDA, HHS. In general, it's the Biden war against business. That's what's going on here. Now, maybe the Supreme Court's West Virginia versus EPA decision can slow this war down, because the regulatory binge is not about legislation. It's mostly about big government. It's about central planning. It's what Steve Forbes calls modern socialism through the regulatory state. Regulations have very high costs, lots of paperwork, plenty of lawsuits, and reduced profits, which then cuts jobs and lowers wages for typical families. Now, if Joe Biden has his way, he would have reversed all the Trump tax cuts also, and he's already had kind of a head start on some of that. But Biden's regulatory assault has thrown so much sand in the gears of business that he might even get by without jacking up taxes at all. Who knows? Every time Mr. Biden talks about onshoring, especially stuff like semiconductors and manufacturing, onshoring, well, I think about this. How about slashing taxes and slashing regulations? Make America the most hospitable investment home for business in all the world. And then we will onshore everything. Just think of it. Just think of it.